Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to the 29th episode of my survival series. In this episode, we're going back to the ocean monument right over here. Here it is. We conquered this thing and completely demolished it last episode. What a pain that was. So now in this episode, we're going to take revenge against what these guardians have done to me. These guardians that are down here. And just can't wait to shoot a laser beam at me. So, I have equipped myself some Frostwalker boots so I can run around here. And I'm currently setting up for a bunch of flying machines to clear out all this water. So, the time lapse at the beginning of this episode was me putting in this gravel border here. And this is to basically seal off all the water. And so, now, I already did that side. So now the task is to essentially make it so that I can actually get this working and have it actually basically have it be able to clear out all the water. So let's see. This glazed terracotta is not supposed to be there. Right. So I gotta extend the glazed terracotta all the way down to the ocean floor. And then from there, let's see. I gotta drop a bunch of gravel down here. Oh, here's a bunch of experience from where I died. So, oh dear. That's a lot of guardians. Oh, yikes. Good thing I have golden apples in my inventory. Right then. So, I've been dealing with that for pretty much the entirety of last episode. So now in this episode, we're going to clear out all this water and build a guardian farm. Okay, these glazed terracotta columns go all the way down to the ocean floor now. That was quite a pain to do. So now all I gotta do is drop gravel into these spots over here where it's needed. And this is essentially to form a boundary where the flying machines will eventually be going. So they're just going to be running right up against these edges here. There we go. So this is now the task, and I'll get back to you once this task is complete. Okay, the gravel has now been put in, and same with the columns of glazed terracotta. So now is a good time as any to show what the purpose of this is. So what exactly am I building to clear out all the water? So here I am in an ocean testing world where I basically test out a whole bunch of different flying machines to clear out water in an ocean monument. This used to be an ocean monument. So as you can see by the 3 Elder Guardians here, I didn't bother clearing them out. And also all the sponges on the floor, clearing out the last layer. But this here, minus all the sponges, whoops, yeah, all this here, this is the flying machine, set of flying machines I'm going to build. This was designed by Ilmango, so unfortunately it leaves out 2 or 3 blocks of water here, so I'm going to need to custom design a flying machine to clear that out. But other than that, this works wonderfully, and in fact each of these different modules can work independently, which is quite nice. So I guess time to get to work on this. Now, in this world, I have a whole bunch of other designs that I've tested. So this is by far the most successful. And in this testing world, I also have an Enderman orchestra. Yeah, here's the Enderman orchestra. Who knew they could be such good players? And then, just for the sake of it, make it so that it's raining. Yeah, fun stuff. So that's the Enderman orchestra. I have a few other flying machine water removal contraptions, but they're so far away from here that it's not really much of a point in showing them off. And it's actually because of this world that I decided not to go just filling in the ocean monument with sand, because the flying machine I was using to fill the monument with sand and then clearing out the monument, it was such a painful process, even in creative mode, that I decided it wasn't worth doing it in survival. So, time to build up these flying machines. And this is the main reason why I got Frostwalker, I have Jump Boost, and I have Speed plus Haste. It's because it's all to make the building of these flying machines easier. So I'm going to do this off camera because I'm going to have to reference Ilmango's video quite often. I've not memorized how to build this. So this is probably not going to be a first-person time-lapse, but yeah, time to get building. One thing that I make sure I do is that I really only build these flying machines at night, because the frosted ice doesn't melt in the night. It also doesn't melt in the end, which kind of gives me an idea for a future episode, but I've kind of established a process for this. So now that I've built 2 of them, I can use them as a reference, and so basically I just do it one step at a time for each of these. Yep, nope. Wrong way. There we go. Man, the jump boost is an absolute sanity saver. So, here's one of these modules. Basically, go out a few blocks like that, and it's just got a whole bunch of different systems that push the entire machine downwards. And that is really what makes this thing work, is there's going to be a whole bunch of flying machines going back and forth between that end and this end. And these stations here are going to automatically go down 1 block every time that the machine passes through them. It's actually going to go down 2 blocks every time the machine passes through. So by doing that, it's super efficient in the way that it will clear out the water nice and quickly. And also, it's really nice and easy to build. So rather than having to build some sort of sand dropper machine, I can instead build something like this, which just does the entire job for me and allows me to. I'm thinking of doing kind of a cinematic time lapse, the first ever third-person time lapse. So I'm just gonna probably set up a fishing machine way over at the Nether portal, and then use a separate account to kind of pan over this as the machines are going. I guess time will tell on how it goes. So yes, I'm using concrete powder for the gravity block that's required here. I don't think it's going to be submerged. I hope it's not. So, and if it is, then the entire thing will break. So, let's just hope it's not going to be submerged. Alright then. Just gotta keep on building, and I'll get back to you later. Okay, that's one side of this monstrosity done. Time to do the other side, which is going to be essentially the same thing, except mirrored and one block lower. So, time to get ready to do that, and I'll get back to you once that is done. It is night, as it should be, soon to become daytime, and both sides of these little modules here for actually bringing the flying machine down, all of these modules are now complete. Now all that's left is the actual flying machines. So I just got to use the remainder of the resources. I did bring extra in case I needed it. So this is really the genius part of Ilmango's this particular design, and that's because each of these machines can operate separately, and you don't need a certain amount of them in order to work properly. You can put in as many as you want. So, however, I am going to start them off at exactly the same time so that we get a nice little cinematic. So that we can have a nice little cinematic time lapse. Yeah, Guardians, this water is about to go away, as will the beacon pyramid, because this here is going to get in the way of the flying machines. So, right then, time to build the flying machines, and I think I should probably take off these frostwalker boots, because otherwise building the machines is going to be a pain. So I just put up this massive gravel wall here, and it's about to turn to day, so it's just to fill in the rest of the water. That's the extra 2 blocks of water that's not covered by, wouldn't be covered by the flying machines. So I think it's about time that the ice will start melting any minute now. Here we go. So I remember a few episodes ago I said that gravel is the most useless block in the game. I have changed my mind. It is useful for this sort of thing, where I have to fill in an area of water or lava or something like that. And also, it is useful for concrete powder. So, here we go. Generally speaking, sand is used for the purposes of filling in the blocks, but sand is useful for glass, and I don't want to waste sand. So here we go. I bet it's the rainstorm. Here we go, the ice is breaking, and the gravel has started to fall. Okay. The rest of the gravel should soon start falling. There we go. A few blocks at a time. And the gravel's about to come down and fill in the rest of the ocean. It's lagging a little bit. And we just got the last pillow of gravel here, which is about to go down. Need to fill in the rest of the area with extra gravel, because it looks like I didn't put up enough, but nice. I love that technique. Just looks so, I think it looks pretty awesome. All the gravel falling down. Okay, well, now I just gotta put in a little bit of gravel like so. Yikes. I guess this is a good time to change my Frostwalker boots. And I just realized this recently. I'm within flying distance of the mansion. So, if I fly over this way, there is the desert island, where I mine all my sand. And you can tell because it's mostly, this part is, pretty much doesn't have any more sand. And here's the mansion. How perfect is that? Okay, here we go. Boing. Sweet. Okay, time to go get us stuff. I've got to just change my Frostwalker boots and make sure that I still have all the resources needed to finish building all the flying machines. Now we have the gravel wall in, so now we can finally begin on the flying machines, which is probably going to be the most complicated part, especially if I'm constantly under fire by mobs that happen to spawn on the boundaries. That's one of the first ones that actually did spawn, so this is relatively safe, oddly enough. Okay, ready. It seems to be perpetually raining in this ocean, but that's not a big deal because we got it almost complete. I just got this one last flying machine to do, so I'll just show you what I've been doing for the last about half an hour. Not that. So I'm taking advantage... Okay, well, I'm taking advantage of the fact that elytras behave rather peculiarly underwater. Yeah, this thing's about to go, but that's okay. The elytras don't actually break, as I found out in episode 25. So right now, I am technically flying with an elytra underwater, and in fact, you can tell that because the durability is going down. But no problem, and it actually makes things easier to place when you're on the surface of the water. So, for all the damage it's been doing to my elytra, it is totally worth it. Okay, here we go. So these are the, okay, we just broke the elytra plate. So the way you initiate this is essentially you just fly into the water. It's pretty easy. And the other really cool thing about flying with an elytra on the surface of the water is the fact that you can do something rather peculiar. You can kind of be like a dolphin. So let's see. Let's place the obsidian over here. Break the gold, and now let's see. So had I not placed that obsidian there, here's what would have happened, and something super fun to do. Basically, run up against this, and you can jump straight up onto the machine, which is pretty awesome. It's like a dolphin jumping out of the water. So now I test the module like so to make sure it actually works. There we go. So each of these flying machines seem to be working fine. This one, something must have malfunctioned. No big deal. I can just place in some gold here to cut off the water, and then all should be well. And there's a gravel pillar there. Maybe that's what was causing the trouble. Is it? Yeah, it's the gravel pillar. The gravel isn't tall enough to actually reach up here. So temporarily, I'm just gonna do that. Okay. So this seems to be working okay. I currently have obsidian blocking this off. So now, if I activate this observer on all of these flying machines all at once, then, and once I remove that obsidian, then it should all be working beautifully, and should have a nice long zigzag going back and forth once I remove the beacon beams. So, here we go. And looks like I'm being attacked by a guardian. Ouch. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a sign here. And then off this sign, I'm going to hang a whole bunch of banners. And by hanging these banners, once I break that one sign, all of these banners are going to drop all at once, which is going to update all of the observers all at once. So I'm using my excess wool supply. I used all of that to make all these banners. Yeah, these guardians, they should be scared of me right now. Because this ocean here, it's not going to be an ocean for much longer. For not much longer at all. And then after that, we can put in a structure where we can specifically spawn the guardians where we want to go, and then essentially build a guardian farm based off of that. Let's see. Just need a last few banners. Here we go. Done. So now all of these banners they'll all break as soon as I break the sign. And there's no point in breaking the sign until I break down the beacon pyramid over there. So, might as well break that down right now. Oop. Now is a good time as any. These beacons served me well, but now I don't have any beacons at the mansion, and it's been really quite sad because of all the trips I've had to take back and forth to the mansion, and I didn't have my speed beacon to push me around. Been rather sad. Okay, so this fishing rod should do, and I have my redstone shulker box, which's got everything needed for a fish farm. And there we go. So just gotta collect the ender chest, and now these beacons. Farewell for now, beacons. You have served me well. I hope to get many, many more with the Wither Skeleton farm. Okay? Okay, Guardians. This is the end for you. Any last words to this place that I have demolished and am now going to clear off water? Any last words? Okay. I'll take that as last words. Yeah, go ahead. Fire your laser beams. I don't care. Because this thing, all of this water, is about to go away. Goodbye, water. Yeah. Now if it weren't for all those ghost blocks, this would look really, really spectacular. I already have my fishing farm set up over there. So let's hop into a third-person time-lapse. home at last. So, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. The first ever third-person time lapse in this series. I hope to do many, many more, because that was a lot of fun to record. Right, let's pop back on the beacon effects that I took away from here, because I needed backup at the ocean monument. Let's see, so there was a beacon here, and there was a beacon on the other side of the mansion, which I can nice and easily access by just going up to here. Of course, I could just fly over there, but I'm just gonna spare some fireworks. Here we go. Right on the other side of the mansion. My speed effect's about to wear out. There's the pyramid. And done. There we go. We got the beam and speed. Sweet. Okay, we can now run around the mansion once again. How wonderful. So now the task is to build the actual Guardian Farm part of it, and also clear out the remainder of the water, because, as you probably saw in that time-lapse, the flying machines couldn't cover the entire area. They couldn't clear out all of the water, and the reason they couldn't is because I didn't dig so far as to level out the ocean floor. So I gotta level out the ocean floor, clear the rest of the water, and also I gotta build that Guardian Farm. So here we go. Well, I'm probably not gonna do this as a time lapse, but here we go. I'll check back on you later. So here I am at the bottom of the ocean with all these fly machines. I just destroyed all the fly machines here, and the amount of Guardians here is so much fewer than the amount that was attacking me as I was trying to dig this out. So doing this before clearing the ocean floor was totally worth it. So now I think I'm gonna bring one of those beacons back over there and dig out the remainder of this stone, and just basically just level this out, and then I can put the flying machines back into action, and to remove the remaining bit of water. There also seems to be this wall of water over here, which I'm not entirely sure how that was caused, but I guess one of these flying machines wasn't built properly. That's my guess. So that's something to deal with, but not too big of a deal. Uh-oh. I think I just set one of these things off. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. I set something off, alright. Okay, so time to get to work on this. Look, I think I'm gonna have to rebuild this module. Okay, progress update. All the extra blocks on the ocean floor have just been cleared out. So now I suppose is a good time to just place back in the flying machines and set them off to do their work again. And oh, I missed the column of terracotta. Odd. Well, just set up the flying machines again and set them off to do their work. I still have the materials right here. And then just sit back and let the machines do their work until we get to the very, very bottom of the ocean. At which point, the only way to clear it out would be sponges. Although I could probably use a Moses machine or something like that, or something of the sort. Right then. Alright, ditched the flying machine idea. It did not work at all. So instead, I'm just going to dive down here and remove the gravel here, or at least drop it into the ocean. This way we have a nice clean area that is the size of the ocean monument. This way we don't have extra 2 blocks of... Ouch. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I'm not getting hurt by this at all. Huh. Okay. Don't take myself out. I think I'm going the wrong way. Oh no. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is like really, really bad. Okay. I think I was going the wrong way, trying to escape this gravel pillar of doom, but yeah, this is the basic idea. I'm just gonna dig away this massive gravel pillars that I put in for the flying machines. This is interesting. You break 1 block of this frosted ice, and it updates all the frosted ice around it. I'm not sure where this would be useful at all, but I'm sure this has a use somewhere. The frosted ice's ability to do this. It seems kind of random, and I'm not entirely sure where it could be used, but that's rather interesting. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is I am splitting the remaining part of the water into these little grids, and I'm going to use the sponges that I got from the monument to essentially remove the rest of the water. So that's the plan. Still got a lot of work ahead of me, as usual. So I'll catch up to you later. Coming in for landing. Here we go. And in. Ouch. That did not work. Okay. So here's the plan. I now dropped in gravel for all the grids that are needed in order to use sponges to clear out the water. Now keep in mind, I have never used this sort of method to clear out water before. So here goes nothing. Okay. And then... Okay. I think that was good. Okay. So pretty much for each little segment, I'm going to need 2 sponges. Based on what I can see here. Looks like a creeper died over here. Alright. Sponge and sponge. And I guess sponge. Nope. Sponge. Sponge. There we go. That was really inefficient. Yeah, I've never used this method before, so this is definitely a trial and error learning process. More error than anything else. But okay, I think this will work out well. Certainly much better than having to completely rebuild all the flying machine systems. And plus, I got loads of gravel. So, yeah. Let's see here. Just gotta head back over here and pick up some more dry sponges from the furnace. Or should I say 2 furnaces, because I like being efficient. There we go. And now, there we go. Right then. So I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. And hopefully figure out some efficient way to clear out this water. There we go. I think that worked. Okay. Do you hear that? It's the squishy, squashy sound of a slime. Unbelievable. There is a slime chunk right underneath, or right in the space of this ocean monument. Unbelievable. This is absolutely amazing. cool. We might have a double farm, both a guardian farm and a slime farm. That would be pretty cool. Okay, progress update. We have about a third of the monument, of the space in the monument, is now clear of water. So now we just gotta finish clearing away the water from this part, and this wall here is gonna be rather difficult to remove, and also it seems that I left the flying machines over there still. So there we go. Another progress update. Man, oh man, what a big progress update. All the water has now been cleared. The floor is nice and flat, so now we gotta get rid of these walls here and basically leave the nice flat 4 gravel walls. But before we do that, I think we're gonna fly home, just nice and briefly. And actually, while we're at it, we might as well drop off some gravel. Whoa, nice and fast. There we go. Okay. So this is a lot of gravel. Let's collect all these shulker boxes and gravel. And yes, I had to go back into the end and grab some more shulker boxes. Or at least I thought I did. It seems that once again, I've gathered way too many of the resources that I needed, which is fine. So let's see. Put the furnaces back in here. This has been a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. It was quite a lot of fun. So now once we remove all these gravel walls here, then we're gonna need to actually build up the Guardian farm, the actual farm part of the farm. So cool. Let's fly home. Over we go. So nice that I discovered how close this monument is to the island here, or to the mansion. As a matter of fact, I do believe that at one point I was standing at the edge of that island and actually saying, wouldn't that be funny if there was an ocean monument right off the shore? Let me see if I can pull up a clip of that. Here I am in the process of tearing this thing down. Tearing all these walls down. Yeah, this feels oddly good. It's just oddly satisfying tearing down all this. Okay, I'll get back to you when this is done, and then we can get to actually building the Guardian farm. Finally. Well, that's where all the Guardians have been. They've all been spawning in the water here. And since this is the only water that exists in the area that used to be taken up by the ocean monument, every single Guardian is spawning right in these empty columns that I forgot to fill in with gravel. So, sounds like got a bit of a water clearing, yikes, whoops. Sounds like got a bit of a water clearing mission to do. And loop, done. So I'm guessing, just a guess, yeah, that's what's causing it. It's the fact that I placed the gravel in front of the gold blocks, but then didn't dig away the gold blocks and fill it in with gravel, which is why I have that problem on this side and not on that side over there, because that side over there, I actually removed the gold blocks and then later filled them in with gravel. So now all the Guardians in there should be suffocating, and the drop should just float straight on up to this tower. Any minute now. I suppose I can just go and collect them later. Okay, here we go. So this is what I'm going to do to clear out the remainder of the water and the remainder of the Guardians. And then I'm going to clear away all this gravel here, all the gold, all the extra pillars everywhere, and leave just this gravel wall surrounding the area. And then we can finally get to building the Guardian Farm. Okay, we have finally have all the gravel cleared, all the water cleared in this area, as you can see by the fact that you can see the gold rim all around the area that I put there to mark where the monument is. So, it is now time, finally, to build the Guardian Farm. The design I'm going to use is the Guardian Farm is designed by... So here I am in a former survival world of mine, and I just gave myself some super crazy flight duration fireworks, and of course I miscalculated just how far away this is. So I'm just gonna be spinning around and making you all dizzy. Yay! Now, this Guardian Farm right here is the design that I'm going to build, and it is designed by sZPeddy. And the reason is because it is simple and it will produce the items that I need. It's not going to produce gargantuan amounts, but it's going to produce enough that I'm actually going to use, and yeah, that's really all I need. So far it seems to be doing great. So here's what it looks like. It's just a giant box, and it's just got some water like so, just like this. I did build this one, so don't base your designs off of this if you decide to build this, because I built this one. So now basically there's a giant lava killing system for all the guardians, and the drops are funneled into here. So sZPeddy's design produces about 15,000 items per hour. And the main reason I came to this other world is because I wanted to make sure that it works in the modern versions. And by the look of things, it does. So now, let's build this Guardian Farm. So here's the platform of the Guardian Farm, which of course, the outside of which I'm going to build and build entirely out of gold, just because I can. So once this happens, I really like how sZPeddy's design is so simple. I mean, all it is just build the giant box, build the walls around the giant box, put in a whole bunch of fence gates, sprinkle in some water, done. And then sprinkle in some lava, that's it. It's not very complicated, and the shape of it is about as simple as you can get it. About the most complex part is actually getting the resources, which in my case is no big deal, because I have a gold farm and an ice farm. So if I ever run out of ice, I can always just hop into the nether, go along some ice highways, get to the ice farm, harvest some ice, and then come back and get into the rest of the water. And also, so really the most challenging part of it is placing in fence gates, which unfortunately require a solid block underneath it, which means you're going to need to get rid of that solid block, which means there's most likely going to be ghost blocks, which is, yeah, I think I've mentioned this enough already, but ghost blocks are probably the most annoying bug to ever exist in the game. So, yeah. Also, gathering a whole ton of fence gates is going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll manage it. It's nice and easy. On the final round, I got all the fence gates in, got the lava in, got the dirt in for the final water that I'm going to drop down in here on camera. So right now I'm putting in the channeling system for all the guardians that come down from what's going to be an upwards water system that originates up there. So essentially the way this works is that all of the guardians are going to be pushed down by downwards facing water streams coming down from the ceiling there, and it's all going to, and then they're gonna channel over. They're gonna fall to the fence gates and get channeled into the lava killing system, where they die, drop their loot, and I collect all their sweet prismarine. Okay, so now all that's left is simply removing, or putting in this ice channel, and then clearing away all that dirt up there. And as you can see by the fact that that ceiling is dripping, I already have the water in place. So yeah, ice is amazing. It's basically stackable water. That's why I use it for pretty much any possible, pretty much everywhere possible. And pretty much the only place where it's not possible to use it is dispensers. Okay, now I just hop out here. The slimes have been really annoying, but that is fine. Okay, specifically the medium-sized slimes. Those are by far the most annoying because they only occasionally do damage, and the big slimes they're a big target for my bow, and looks like David Bowie's on its way out. So there we go. And now let's pull out a non-silk touch pickaxe, fly up there, and actually I don't think we need it. We just need a shovel. Okay, let's fly up there and clear away the water, and the Guardian farm should begin working. Okay, here we go. Okay, thank you for watching, and man, this Guardian farm's already cranking. Wow. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I still gotta clean up a little bit of a mess, but yeah, this is all of the progress that we did this entire episode. We cleared out all this water, cleared out all the water down there, cleared out all the land, and then built this giant cube of gold that's gonna produce some blue gold, aka prismarine. So, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you next Friday. Bye.